good hero, a moment of your time, please. While attending one of the townsfolk who had taken quite ill, I noticed something odd about his home. There were strange sounds and a sickly sweet smell rising from the cellar. Thinking perhaps these fumes had something to do with his sickness, I investigated. In his cellar were monstrous worms shifting and squirming up from the underground. I beg of you, slay these creatures before they can make their way into the town. I left the door to his house open for you. It is the one opposite of mine. I fear that the worms could soon overrun the village. I know that they are coming up from under the house that is opposite mine. Just the thought of those slimy beasts oozing into my house makes me want to be ill. Please, rid us of them. His Holiness is a...
Hello, my friend. Stay up the story of worms that rise up from the ground. Many of the ancient writings speak of poisonous insects and foul creatures of the skies and seas plaguing mankind. It is no surprise that the very earth would offer up a similar peril now that the denizens of the underworld are upon us.
Well, what can I do for you? Well, what can I do for you? Your weapons and... I see no such things in my shop, but I will keep a close watch for them. Perhaps if they come this way, they won't take kindly to the fires of my forge.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Greetings, good master. Welcome. Word is a rapscallion. That sounds quite disgusting, and I am afraid that I haven't heard anything about any worms. Perhaps Cain, the storyteller, could be of some help.
Good day. How may I serve you? The woman at the edge of town is a witch. She seems nice enough, and her name, Adria, is very pleasing to the ear, but I'm very afraid of her. It takes someone quite brave like you to see what she is doing out there. Wait, before you say anything, my grandmother had a dream with giant slithering creatures in it. She also saw Pepin running from a house in the town. Do you think this means anything?
Well, what can I do for you?
I sense a soul in search of answers. Seek out the domicile to which Pepin the Healer has directed you. It is there that your missions will become clear and your methods evident. Earthen walls and thatched canopy do not a home create. The innkeeper Ogden serves more of a purpose in this town than many understand. He provides shelter for Jillian and her matriarch, maintains what life Farnham has left to him, and provides an anchor for all who are left in the town to what Tristram once was. His tavern and the simple pleasures that can still be found there provide a glimpse of a life that the people here remember. It is that memory that continues to feed their hopes for your success.
Over here.
Barnum, now there is a man with serious problems, and I know all about how serious problems can be. He trusted too much in the integrity of one man, and Lazarus led him into the very jaws of death. Oh, I know what it's like down there, so don't even start telling me about your plans to destroy the evil that dwells in that labyrinth. Just watch your legs. They have you hunting worms now? What's next? Leaf collecting? Picking up mushrooms? Look, friend, you have a whole church full of demons over there to worry about. I don't see how a few little worms could be so bad.
All I can do now is pray for us all. All I can do now is pray for us all.
Well, what can I do for you?
I can't get there from here.
Can't a fellow drinking peace? I want to tell you something, because I know all about this stuff. It's my specialty. This here is the best. The best. That other ale ain't no good since those stupid dogs. Listen. I don't even like worms. Don't tell me about your worms. I don't want your worms. Nope. No thanks. No worms for me.
I can't get there from here. Not enough mana. Can't get there from here. Is safe from this foul spawn.
tender fellow drinking geese? Ogden is the best man in town. I don't think his wife likes me much, but as long as she keeps tapping cakes, I like her just fine. Seems like I've been spending more time with Ogden than most, but he's so good to me.
Once again, you have saved this humble town from the encroaching evil. We are, as always, forever in your debt. While I use some limited forms of magic to create the potions and elixirs I store here, Adria is... I don't know what...
I can't get there from here.
Tender fellow drink Ogden.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and while you are venturing deeper into the labyrinth.
Well, what can I do for you?
What ails you, my friend?
Greetings, good master. Welcome. Griswold the blacksmith is extremely knowledgeable about weapons and armor. If you ever need work done on your gear, he is definitely the man to see.
Good day. How may our blacksmith is a point of pride to the people of Tristram. Not only is he a master craftsman who has won many contests within his guild, but he received praises from our King Leoric himself. May his soul rest in peace. Griswold is also a great hero. Just ask Cain. Psst, over here.
As long as you don't need anything reattached, old Pepin is as good as they come. If I'd have had some of those potions he brews, I might still have my way. I sense a soul in search of answers. Though the heat of the sun is beyond measure,
Greetings.
Well, what can I do for you?
The smell of death surrounds me. enough mana. Not enough mana. I can't get there from here. Not enough mana. This must be what Griswold wanted. And so, locked beyond the Gateway of Blood, and past the Hall of Fire, Valor awaits for the Hero of Light to awaken.
Let me see that. Aye! Aye, it is as I believed. Give me a moment. Ah, here you are. I arranged pieces of the stone within a silver ring that my father left me. Ah, I hope it serves you well.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while. Poor Farnham. He is a disquieting reminder of the doomed assembly that entered into the cathedral with Lazarus on that dark day. He escaped with his life, but his courage and much of his sanity were left in some dark pit. He finds comfort only at the bottom of his tankard nowadays, but there are occasional bits of truth buried within his constant ramblings. The Gateway of Blood and the Halls of Fire are landmarks of mystic origin. Wherever this book you read from resides, it is surely a place of great power. Legends speak of a pedestal that is carved from obsidian stone and has a pool of boiling blood atop its bone-encrusted surface. There are also allusions to stones of blood that will open a door that guards an ancient treasure. The nature of this treasure is shrouded in speculation, my friend. But it is said that the ancient hero Arcane placed the holy armor Valor in a secret vault. Arcane was the first mortal to turn the tide of the Sin War and chase the legions of darkness back to the burning hells. Just before Arcane died, his armor was hidden away in a secret vault. It is said that when this holy armor is again needed, a hero will arise to don valor once more. Perhaps you are that hero.
Well, what can I do for you? Well, what can I do for you? Well, what can I do for you? The armor known as Valor could be what tips the scales in your favor. I'll tell you that many have looked for it, including myself. Arcane hid it well, my friend. And it'll take more than a bit of luck to unlock the secrets that have kept it concealed, oh lo, these many years.
Greetings, good master. Welcome to the Tavern of the Rising Sun. Every child hears the story of the warrior Arcane and his mystic armor known as Valor. If you could find its resting place, you would be well protected against the evil in the labyrinth.
What ails you, my friend? What ails you, my friend? His Holiness is a... It sounds like something I should remember, but I've been so busy learning new cures and creating better elixirs that I must have forgotten. Sorry.
Can't a fellow drinking geese? No one ever listens to me. Somewhere, I ain't too sure, but somewhere out of the church, a whole pile of gold. Gleaming, shining, just waiting for someone to get it.
Good day. How may I serve you? The story of the magic armor called Valor is something I often heard the boys talk about. You would better ask one of the men in the village. Psst! Over here!
You intend to find the armor known as Valor? No one has ever figured out where Arcane stashed the stuff. And if my contacts couldn't find it, I seriously doubt you ever will either. I sense a soul in search of answers. I sense a soul in search of answers. Should you find these stones of blood, use them carefully. The way is fraught with danger, and your only hope rests within your self-trust.
I can't get there from here.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Not enough mana. Beyond the Hall of Heroes lies the Chamber of Bone. Eternal death awaits any who would seek to steal the treasures secured within this room. So speaks the Lord of Terror, and so it is written. I can't get there from here. I can't get there from here. I can't get there from here.
So, my friend, stay a while and listen. A book that speaks of a chamber of human bones? Well, a chamber of bone is mentioned in certain archaic writings that I studied in the libraries of the East. These tomes inferred that when the lords of the underworld desired to protect great treasures, they would create domains where those who died in the attempt to steal that treasure would be forever bound to defend it. A twisted, but strangely fitting end.
Well, what can I do for you? Well, what can I do for you? Ach, no, nothing of this place. But you may try asking Cain. He talks about many things, and we're not surprised maybe he had some answers to your question.
What ails you, my friend? This sounds like a very dangerous place. If you venture there, please take great care.
Tender fellow drinking peace? Okay, so listen. There's this chamber of wood, see? And his wife, her, tells the tree, because she got away. Then I says that might work against him, but if you think I'm gonna pay for this, yeah!
Greetings, good master. Welcome to the Tavern of the Rising Sun. I am afraid that I don't know anything about that, good master. Cain has many books that may be of some help.
Good day. How may I serve you? I am afraid that I haven't heard anything about that. Perhaps Cain the storyteller could be of some help. Over here.
A vast and mysterious treasure, you say? Maybe I could be interested in picking up a few things from you. Or better yet, don't you need some rare and expensive supplies to get you through this ordeal? I sense a soul in search of answers. I sense a soul in search. You will become an eternal servant of the Dark Lords should you perish within this cursed domain. Enter the Chamber of Bone at your own peril. I sense a soul in search of answers.
can't get there from here. I can't get there from here. I have no room.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while, and the witch, Adria, is an anomaly here in Tristram. She arrived shortly after the cathedral was desecrated, while most everyone else was fleeing. She had a small hut constructed at the edge of town, seemingly overnight. and has access to many strange and arcane artifacts and tomes of knowledge that even I have never seen before. A book that speaks.
Well, what can I do for you? Well, what can I do for you? Well, what can I do for you? If you're looking for a good weapon, let me show this to you. Take your basic blunt weapon, such as a mace. Works like a charm against most of those undying horrors down there, and there's nothing better to shatter skinny little skeletons.
Greetings, good master. Well, many adventurers have graced the table.
What ails you, my friend? Cain is a true friend and a wise sage. He maintains a vast library and has...
Not enough mana.
You're over. Psst.
Please.
The village needs your help.
something for you. I am mad.
And so... I can't get there from here. I can't get there from here.
Good day. Farnham is a drunkard who